What does your life look like 5 years from now if you don't start taking the risks that you know you need to take and that you've always wanted to be taking? Will you still be working that same job that you really don't like? Will you have the dating life that you want? The relationship that you've always been looking for? Will you have the adventures and the travel and the lifestyle that you've always been wanting? Really sit down and think, what will your life look like 5 years from now if you don't start taking the actions to get what you want? Hey guys, Johnny here. I went to the ACDC concert last night and I started to reflect a lot as I saw these guys on stage. They were killing it. It was an amazing performance. Angus still has the vibe, the guitar skills, the singer still sounds great. I don't know his name. But as I'm watching this, I was thinking, it really just got me thinking, like, where will I be 5 years from now if I don't start taking more risks with my life? And it reflected on what I did when I took risks after my divorce. Like, taking risks is what helped me build a completely different lifestyle than I ever thought possible. You're gonna get older, you're gonna die. 5 years is gonna come up like nothing. Watching Angus and them on stage with their long gray hair just made me think, like, I want to live an amazing life now. I don't want to be, I don't know how old they are, say 80 years old, and regret the things that I could have done, the things that I missed out on. I started to think, like, where would I be now if I never took that risk to move out of small town Wisconsin to Boston? That was one of the biggest steps I ever took after divorce. I could have easily just said, okay, well, divorce sucks. I'm too afraid to actually move. Everybody was telling me I shouldn't go to Boston. I remember my therapist was telling me that it's dangerous and people get mugged there, trying to just keep me comfortable. I know she wants what was best for me, but that information was not helping. It was not going to help me get a life that I actually desired or would be happy with. Because if I stayed in small town Wisconsin, if I never took that risk to leave, I could almost picture what my life would have looked like. I would have still have a house, probably still have the house, the cars. I'd be working a job that I was not any good at. I gave half-assed effort, barely just did enough to not get in trouble, which doesn't help your confidence. I would have still been drinking on the weekends because that would have been my best approach to probably finding somebody, because I would not have taken the risk to improve my social skills. I would have assumed, like, okay, this is just how you go about meeting people. You go to the bar, you get drunk, you guys have a fun time. That's really how you're going to meet your next wife, girlfriend, whatever. If it all took risk. It took risk for me to get out of my comfort zone, to start talking to people, to start doing approaches, to start going to trivia nights, asking people, hey, can I join your team? None of this stuff I wanted to do. It would have been much easier for me to just stay in my little bubble. I guess I don't really know how this applies to Boston right now. I'm kind of lost on track walking through the woods here. This is Brisbane. This is actually not Brisbane. This is the Thornlands outside of Brisbane. I'm actually moving downtown to Brisbane next week, so I'm excited about that. But none of this stuff would have been possible if I didn't take that risk of moving to Boston. I guess that's where this loops into. I could have easily stayed in small town Wisconsin, stayed in my comfort zone, just decided, okay, this is my lot in life. My ex left me. She's happy now. I'll just stay here. I got a house. I got a dog. I got a good job. I don't need to be adventurous. Like, a lot of this stuff I didn't even think was possible. I guess I'll go this way. A lot of this stuff I didn't even think was possible. I just decided one day after I saw some videos from Owen Cook, and it kind of just got me in my head of, okay, I can see what is possible. I could absolutely learn social skills if I decided to. If I took the risk to put myself out there. It made me want to take the risk to move to Boston because I wanted to be in a town that had more people in it. I wanted to get out of small town Wisconsin. I grew up in La Crosse, Wisconsin, if you guys are familiar with that. Town of like 50,000 people. And every time I go back there, I just feel very small. I feel like the kid who was in high school who wasn't wanted. Um, and then I just don't feel like I belong there. It's just too small. Everybody kind of knows who you are already. So you already have that reputation. You can't really build yourself into somebody new. I never felt like I felt stuck and unsuccessful because I was still in a town that I grew up in. Like I should have been farther along, maybe. So that was the same where I was living in Wausau, Wisconsin. So I had to get out of there. I knew it was just bad for my mindset, my mentality. And yeah, so I took that risk. I took that risk to go to Boston and it changed my life. I met a guy there, Angus, if you're ever watching. Hope you're doing well, buddy. But I actually made a new friend who had similar goals than me. I got out of the small town where my friends just wanted to go to the bars, the little friends I had. But we would just go to the bars and we would just hope for whatever's best. Maybe one day this girl will just show up, or, maybe my life will just change and I'll be happy with my situation. Going through a divorce, I didn't see a lot of hope. I was sitting around playing video games. Then I would go to the bars on the weekend, try to meet a girl, but I wasn't in good shape. I hadn't practiced social skills. I was just hoping somebody would choose me, which is, I think, a lot of how I'm sure that's how the relationship would have started had I stayed in that town. But the point of this video is to get you to reflect on what is your life going to look like if you don't take the risk to move out of your small town or take the risk to go start talking to girls on the street. Are you going to get the relationship you want if you're just going to sit around and just go to the bars every weekend hoping she just shows up one day, she just chooses you? What are the odds you're going to find the person that you're going to spend your time with on one random weekend at a bar? It's probably pretty low. The more people that you meet, the more options that you're going to have, the more likely you are to find the right person for your life. It is a risk that you're going to have to take. If you're not happy with your job right now, can you see in 5 years what your life will look like if you don't start taking some risks of, I don't know, maybe learning something on the weekends or spending your free time learning a new skill? Yeah, there's just things that you can do. It does take risk though. And risk is one of the things that will make you more attractive though. Taking the risk to just go travel to a place that you've never been to. That's what I did with Boston. I never been there. I wanted to be in a bigger city. I took that risk and it was scary for, the drive there. And then you immediately get settled in. You're like, oh, this is the best thing I ever did. Take the risk to move to Mexico. I never thought I'd move to Mexico. I thought it was, I guess I didn't really know much about it. But I took the risk, went there, loved it. Took the risk to go to Australia. Now I'm here. I'm going to be living in Brisbane for a while. I didn't think this was going to be part of my life. I was originally just going to leave Mexico, come here for a couple of weeks to help my clients, and then leave. But now my whole vision is changing of what my life is going to be. As I was watching that concert yesterday, I'll get back to that, I guess, and I saw Angus with his long gray hair, and I'm thinking, okay, I don't want to be 80 years old, still trying to get the dating life I want, or still trying to become the man that I want, or still trying to get the adventures that I want. Like, I want to figure that shit out now, which is why I'm going to move to downtown Brisbane, because I can go out and I can talk to multiple people a day, and I can take that risk of putting myself out there, risk the rejection, risk, I don't know what's going to happen with the businesses. Like, I'm working for myself right now. I don't have a job. I don't have a 9 to 5. I'm taking that risk. I'm going to figure it out. Worst case scenario, maybe one day I'm homeless and I'll live in California and everything will be great. I don't know. But I'm going to take that risk because I don't want a life of captivity. I don't want a life where I'm working a 9 to 5 that I hate. I've been there before. And for me, I just, because I didn't have confidence in what I was doing, I didn't try that hard. And then I would take that into, it's just a mindset thing. Like, I know I could do better, but I'm not living my best life. So I don't want to do that. So I'm just taking these risks. I don't know where my life will be in 5 years, but I do know if I never took these risks in the first place after my divorce, I would not be happy with where I am. I would not be happy in small town Wisconsin at minus 15 degrees below zero today or whatever it is. I'm in sunny Australia walking around with a sleeveless shirt on. It's freezing cold there. I never want to go back to the cold. But if I didn't take these risks and I was still there, my life would still be video games. I never would have traveled the places I've traveled. I never would have met the people I've met. Never would have had the experiences, the stories, just the, I don't know. It's hard. I hope you understand. I don't want to sound like I'm bragging about all this stuff, but my life would be completely different. I know right now, I don't know what time it is in Wisconsin. Say it's 4 p.m. I would just be getting home from work. And let's see, there's probably a new video game that just came out. Probably Metroid 4. I saw that came out. I guarantee you I'd be at home playing Metroid 4 until probably my new girlfriend came home, who I was just settled with. So I still wouldn't have boundaries, still wouldn't be very masculine. So the relationship wouldn't be very great. And then I would play that until dinner, probably watch some TV together, go for a walk. Then I'd go play the video game as long as I could before bed. And that'd be my life. Nothing adventurous, no risk, very safe, very boring. Yeah, I do not ever want that life again. Taking that risk to move to Boston, taking that risk to move to Vegas, to Texas, to wherever I've been. Every time I've done that, I face myself and I realize that I'm capable of much more than I ever thought possible. I start seeing that I'll figure it out. I don't have to plan everything out. I don't have to make sure everything is set in order for me to move to a new city. If you have a job right now and you're not happy with where you're at, start applying for jobs in a different city. Save some money up. Just save some money and go do what you want for a while. Figure some stuff out. If you're not happy with your dating life, get new profile pics. Get out there talking to people. You have to take some risk, but without risk, there's no reward. So there you go. What's up, brother? How you feeling?
Very good.
Yeah. Really just seeing that concert last night just really got me reflecting on how far I've come, how grateful I am that I'm not still in that small town. I never want to go back to that again. I kind of decided I have the cleaning business in Wisconsin. I don't think I could ever go back to Wisconsin. I'm going to rely on my manager because every time I seem to go back, I get stuck there. Either whether it's COVID or I lose my job or I start the cleaning business, I just get stuck there for months or years. And then I don't make the progress I want on my dating life. And for me, it's not even all about just dating. I realize that when I'm doing approaches, when I'm going out talking to people, I'm becoming the better version of myself, the guy I can see me being, the guy who can go out completely sober and be free, be himself, be able to give people a good experience, not worried about what other people think of him, not worried if he's saying the right things, not worried if I'm funny enough. Like every time I go out and do these approaches, not only do I build myself up as a man, but I'm also out there meeting people who are going to be a good fit for my life. If I don't take that risk, if I don't take that effort, chances of me finding the right person for me are very low. I'll probably just take whatever comes along and just be happy with it. But deep down, I know, yeah, this isn't the exact kind of relationship I want. And I'm sure there's some compromises, but that's just my mindset. I know that by me going out, socializing, doing it sober, I get closer and closer to being my better self. Same with these videos. Like I've been very hard on myself, trying to make everything perfect. And I probably ramble a ton in this video, but I was listening to Owen Cook yesterday. I just realized it's all about energy. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just about speaking your mind, getting out there, practicing, doing whatever you can. And content, it's better to make content that's not great than make no content. So there you go. I don't want to make this about me. I want you guys to reflect just on where you will be in 5 years if you don't start taking some risk, if you don't start making some improvements. What was the last 5 years for you like? If you were maybe just getting out of a divorce or a breakup. Maybe you were struggling for a couple years, but now you're free and you can do whatever you want. If you've been out of a relationship for a while, haven't you made any progress towards getting the relationships you want or the life that you want? If you're a guy who's never really had any luck with relationships, have you been taking any steps that'll help you get there farther? Have you taken any risks to, I don't know, maybe go meet some like-minded people, go travel to a place and see where you even want to be? I don't know. There's tons of stuff out there. Don't wait till you're 80 years old because time is just going to pass you by. 5 years could go very quickly. You don't want to look back 5 years from now and realize, fuck, where could I have gone? I don't, if I didn't start taking these risks when I got divorced, moving to Boston, moving to Vegas, all that stuff, I just know I would not be the man I am today. There's still a lot more work I have to do. I'm not saying I'm perfect or anything, but I would not recognize that guy. I would not want to hang out with that guy. Very negative mindset, loser behaviors, no purpose, not going anywhere in life. Why would I want to hang out with him? I was working with one of my clients and he has some friends like this as well, where they go out every weekend, they still do drugs, they still party, and then they go home alone and then they waste their weekends. They watch cricket or football all night. And that would have been me. Like, I wouldn't hang out with those people now. I have other things I want to do. I have stuff I want to work on, people I want to help, places I want to go. I don't have time for that shit. So it's just kind of interesting how far you can go once you start taking that risk. So I'll leave the video here. Take the risk, get out there and do it. It is in you. You could change your life like you wouldn't believe. Let me know if you need any guidance, feedback, whatever I can do to help you. I'll call it end here. It's Friday in Australia. I'm still in the suburbs, so I'm not going to go out. My friend Steven wants me to go out, but that takes like 2 hours to get there and back. And I'll just wait until Tuesday when I move to the new place. But I do have like 40 likes on Tinder I can go through. So maybe I'll just send a bunch of messages out and make some content about that. I really don't want to make this channel all about online dating, but it is something that I've been helping out my clients with. So the better I can get at it, it's all good. And I mean, I am matching with some cute girls, so it'd be nice to get out with them. It's just being in the suburbs, it's so hard to set up dates. Oh, I'm also losing my voice because I went to that concert last night. I'll post some stuff at the end of this video because ACDC was still great. I didn't realize, I guess I did, but I forgot how many great songs they had, and they still sounded great. Yeah, I guess that's it for me. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm gonna stop walking in circles around this forest. Let me know what you guys want to see from me. I'm gonna get back to posting more content, get out of this perfectionist bullshit, take the risk to just post it and see what happens. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be awe-inspiring. This is just the thoughts that I have. These are the things that work for me. And taking risks is going to make you more attractive. It's going to get you the life that you want. So start doing that. We'll see you later. Peace.
Cái tên gì là gì?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see the team there now. It's one small piece.